come up with a fix to traffic woes. But that's not all, viewers. We will also tell you about the latest flashpoint between the Macrons and Candace, the American podcaster, who has said, "Bring it on, Mr. and Mr. Macron." And finally, all that's setting the internet on fire in hot and fast trends. You're watching Trending with me, Deepak Suresh Kumar. First up, Hulk Hogan, the legendary wrestler who catapulted wrestling First up, viewers, Hulk Hogan, the legendary wrestler who catapulted wrestling into mainstream popularity, has passed away. A childhood hero to millions and millions of people and members of the Wrestling Hall of Fame, Hogan's sudden death has left fans across the world in a state of shock. In fact, following Hulk Hogan's untimely death, tributes poured in from across the world and across the wrestling community. Many praised him for his flamboyance, legacy, and charismatic personality. WWE has also extended its heartfelt condolences, calling him the legends of the game. While Ric Flair also expressed his deep shock over the news, other stars, including Kane, also honored Hogan's legacy, remembering him as a true legend of the sport. Several of Hulk fans also paid tribute to Hulk Hogan, praising his legacy. Shortly afterward, the police also issued a statement ruling out any foul play in his death. Listen in.
And something that like people like the drama king, they had it locked down on the entertainment, and then that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Tell you about, and then Macho Man, remember him? They were the cream of the crop.
Being here, you know, he recognized us, he knew who we were.
Yeah.
So always, I mean, we weren't like close friends, but I went up to his house, I've seen some of his cars. And I grew up as him as a wrestling idol, you know, because I was big into wrestling, you know, the WWF and all that. And then when I finally got to meet him and got to meet him as a person, you know, 30 minutes into our workout in the gym, he said, "Cut the Hulk Hogan crap, call me Terry," you know.
It was discovered at that time Terry Bollea, also known as Hulk Hogan, was experiencing a serious medical-related issue. Personnel provided medical treatment at that time and transported Mr. Bollea to Morton Plant Hospital, where he died at 11:17 a.m. The Colorado Police Department is conducting a death investigation, which is standard in these types of cases. There are no signs of foul play or suspicious activity related to this call for service at this time. Our personnel is providing the family with the necessary resources. I'm strongly encouraging everyone to keep the family in their thoughts and respect their privacy during this difficult time.
Viewers, the next story that we are talking about is about a city choked by traffic and a techie entrepreneur with a solution. Bengaluru's infamous traffic woes may have just met their match in the form of Ease My Trip co-founder Prashant Pitti. Because in a post that's gone viral, Prashant shared an update on a project that he's funding to tackle Bengaluru's snarling traffic. And it's not just talk, it's real-time 1 crore pilot aimed at creating smoother flow on one of the city's busiest corridors. And Prashant revealed that after months of groundwork, multiple civil engineers and coders have been brought on board to build a live AI-based traffic optimization system. And the goal? Smarter junctions, real-time traffic, light sync, and reduced wait times. This is Prashant's plan, and the pilot project also covers 8 traffic signals across Outer Ring Road, one of the city's most grid-blocked zones. And if successful, this private initiative could offer a scalable model to decongest urban choke points across India. And no, it's not a startup pitch, because Prashant has clarified that he's not looking to monetize it. This one's purely for public good. The Bengaluru traffic police have reportedly shown interest, and if results hold, we could be looking at a tech-backed traffic revolution funded not by the government, but by a man who is tired of sitting in traffic jams just like you and me. So let's talk to the man behind this pilot project. We have Prashant Pitti joining us live. He's the co-founder of Ease My Trip. A very good evening to you, Prashant. Thank you for joining us on Trending Show today. Help us understand what really prompted you to come out with this 4-point action plan to tackle the traffic woes of Bengaluru.
Well, firstly, thank you for having me on your show. I moved to Bangalore about a year and a half ago, and all I could read online was memes and rants with respect to Bangalore traffic. And after experiencing it for last 1.5 years, I thought that enough is enough. And maybe, if entrepreneurs can solve problems with respect to consumers, why can't we pitch into problems which are infrastructure related, which are city related? And that is when I thought that I will basically do my best rather than just rant and crib about it. I would try to solve it in the best way I can along with people. And the help is pouring in from all across the world. After my tweet went viral, people from all across the world, from various IITs, from various institutions, professors, scientists, are reaching out to me to share their probable solutions. Entrepreneurs who have worked on it for last 10, 15 years. In last 10 odd days only, I have received thousands and thousands of people's email, which I'm going through right now. And the city is also very, very open to collaboration. The authorities are open to trying new solutions. I've spoken to all the people at the top level to understand what their pain points are and how can the current strengths of technology, which is related to AI and ML, can solve them. I'm not over here to recommend build this flyover, build that flyover. That they know to do much, much better. I'm over here to see if we can optimize the current infrastructure and solve for today's problem.
Also, Prashant, if this is a successful project, like you mentioned in those 4 points that you put out in your Twitter post, this could be a vision for Bharat as well, because decongesting some of the urban choke points is the need of the hour.
Well, absolutely. There has been enough number of steps talking about how much being stuck in the traffic, correlates to downfall of the GDP, and enough studies to share that your travel commute time is inversely proportional to your happiness. So, I just want to get people home faster and, spend time and be more productive. And which is why I think, we have created what we have created. More than 850 coders, engineers, scientists have applied to work along with us. We have formed a core team of 30 people. And on the basis of the recommendation of those 30 people, I have shared what are the things which we would like to take as a first phase and then continuously move forward from there onwards. See, it's very, very evident that, we don't have to wait for infrastructure to get better. Even though the current systems, the current, authorities are using right amount of technology, there is always a scope of optimization. And I feel extremely confident that with multiple projects which we are willing to undertake, we should be able to reduce the commute time by 25 to 30% in a matter of 1 year's time frame.
And also, Prashant, finally, what was the reaction when you spoke to the traffic commissioner? Because they were all praised and they were really, really interested, because I had a conversation with him and he said this is a very advanced project. It's a futuristic project that Bengaluru is looking at.
Absolutely. All credit goes to them. The entire, authority with whomever I have spoken so far is very, very welcoming. They spend more than 3-4 hours with me explaining what are the things which they have worked on so far. There is no point in reinventing the wheel. Whatever already exists, I would only want to build on top of that. For example, Bangalore has about 8,000 city-safe cameras. We could use those camera feeds and create a very easy, vision system on top of it, where those vision using AI could automatically understand how bad the congestion looks like, what are the potholes, can inform. Multiple of such things are already happening, but multiple more efforts can be put in place around that. Another thing, Google's team also came to our office and they are suggesting to offer us a pilot project for a kind of a product which they have never ever offered before, in which we will basically get the BigQuery data for all the traffics which are moving within the city, which would be updated in every 2 minutes. This is not something which they'll just display. This we will have on our own database. For the first time, they would allow us to have it on our own database, and the value which it brings is that now you can actually create predictive models rather than just seeing that the traffic is choked at this particular point. If you have the data of the past, you can create predictive models on top of that and I'm really, really excited to work on these. Plus, another thing which I got to know from the authorities themselves is that many a times they start the project and Bangalore gets a lot of rain, and because of which, the rain hampers them to, complete the project. And also, if we can have hyper local rain prediction system, then they would know where to work on which particular part of the route or which particular part of the junction to work and which particular part of the junction not to work. I'm excited about working on that particular project as well.
Right, Prashant, and so is Bengaluru. Even Bengaluru is excited for this project because this is something that they had been praying for a very, very long time, and it seems like the day is finally nearing, and we hope that this particular plan of yours fructifies for Bengaluru. But many thanks, Prashant, for joining us live on this trending show. But let's now move on to some breaking news coming in, viewers. Amid call for boycott cricket with Pakistan. Pakistan is now pleading for resuming cricket ties. Asian Cricket Council President and PCB Chairman Mohsin Naqvi has expressed optimism about finalizing the Asia Cup schedule, stating that the ACC is in consultation with BCCI and hopes to resolve issues soon. Well, this is the breaking news that we are tracking. PCB has said don't want politics in cricket, but well, PCB has to understand that terror and cricket cannot go hand in hand. And India will not share the 22 yards. It will not share the cricket pitch with a nation that sponsors terrorism. But the PCB there, it's pleading for the cricket match between India and Pakistan in the Asia Cup 2025. We have Himanshu joining us live from the digital group. Himanshu, Republic's campaign has definitely spooked Pakistan, and now Pakistan is pleading with folded hands that let us play this game with India. Let's not bring politics in cricket. But Pakistan needs to understand that cricket and terror cannot go hand in hand, Himanshu.
Deepak, what's new in that? When hammered by India in Operation Sindoor, they went with a begging bowl to Donald Trump. Now, at a prospect of they don't have anything as of now in terms of whether cricket, hockey, or any other sport. So for right now, it's a dire strait for PCB. They are in a financial mess. There were corruption allegations against top PCB officials. As of now, they don't have any money to sustain their cricket. So for them, the Asia Cup will be a critical tournament where they would probably gain financially. And that is why Mohsin Naqvi's request, also in that big meeting in Dhaka that happened, they almost pleaded to BCCI that this is an international tournament. So please go on. Now it's up to BCCI to take a call. Deepak.
Well, Himanshu, but BCCI, when confronted, has been completely silent because Mr. Shukla doesn't have any answers. There are reports and rumors doing the rounds that India and Pakistan game will really happen in the UAE. What is the way forward, Himanshu?
Rajiv Shukla is an old war horse. He has donned many a hat. And if you see his reaction, he didn't say no, that we are not going to play cricket with Pakistan. So that is something that it clearly indicates that BCCI is taking all views as of now into account. There's a strong resentment within BCCI. I am learning here that there are two camps. There's a big divide in BCCI over the issue to play or not to play Pakistan. And Rajiv Shukla, known to be pretty close with a lot of people in PCB as well, he would want that there's some way out, and the neutral venue concept is basically accepted by one and all. So it's interesting. There's also an international commitment that the lobby in BCCI that wants this tournament to go on, and there are people in BCCI who want India to play Pakistan. Will obviously give you all that logic of international commitment and Olympics coming up and all that. But as of now, the mood here in India is clearly that we don't want to play with Pakistan.
That's right, Himanshu. Thank you for joining me with those insights. No water, no diplomacy, and now the nation says no cricket with Pakistan. With that, viewers, let's now get you the other hot trends that we are tracking. Engineer Keshav Kant Sharma from Ahmedabad created Ghati, a drone that automates grenade detonation and returns safely. After successful trials, the Indian Army placed an order for over 20 units of these indigenously manufactured drones. US President Donald Trump made it to the internet yet again, but this time for making things cordial with his on and off feud partner Elon Musk. Trump took to social media while clearing his feud with Elon Musk, confirming that he wants all businesses to flourish, including Elon Musk's own business. India has been stepping up its gears for another space adventure as GSLV F-16 post-integration is reaching its last pre-launch position, another space win for India. King Charles received Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Sandringham House yesterday, and during their time together, His Majesty was given a tree to be planted inspired by the environmental initiative launched by Prime Minister Modi himself, Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. Kristen Cabot, Astronomer's chief people officer, has resigned from the tech company more than a week after she and the CEO, Andy Byron, were caught on the Coldplay concert's Kiss Cam scandal that quickly went viral. Singer and songwriter Ed Sheeran took to Instagram to share a heartfelt thanks to singer Arijit Singh, thanking him to collaborate with him for the song Sapphire. He also said, and I quote, "It was about 24 hours, but it included talking, drinking coffee, learning Punjabi and talking about music. Thank you, Arijit, for your time, grace and talent." US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has condemned France's decision to officially recognize the state of Palestine. In a strong-worded post on X, the top US diplomat has stated that the decision is a slap in the face to the victims of the October 7 attack by Hamas. An inhumane incident has emerged from Ramnagari in Ayodhya. In a heart-wrenching display of insensitivity, an elderly woman was abandoned late at night by her own family members near Kishan Daspur. They brought her in an e-rickshaw and left her by the roadside. The entire incident was captured on CCTV. Well, viewers, that's all we could pack for you in today's trending show, but we'll be right back tomorrow with the hot trends, fast trends, and the trending stories.
आपका जो अभी जो ओहदा है, it is a self-fought position, अनुपम जी. What I like about you, the reason I admire you is because you're a one-man industry. A lot of industry people don't like you. A lot of groups don't like you. They cannot come and say that he doesn't deserve what he is getting.
मेरा और मेरे फादर का एक बड़ा अच्छा किस्सा था. आज स्लो डाउन एंड आई वाज डूइंग लेस फिल्म्स. तो उन्होंने मुझसे ऐसे ही खिड़की से बाहर देखते देखते बोला, अनुपम यू आर नॉट डूइंग मेनी फिल्म बेटा, ऐसा क्यों है? तो मैंने उनसे कहा कि नो डैड आई एम नॉट इन द रैट रेस. तो उन्होंने बिना मेरी तरफ मुड़े बोला, ओ यू हैव लेफ्ट द रेस फॉर द रैट्स. तो आई थिंक बड़ा मुश्किल है सबको खुश करना. देखिए दुख तो होता है, तकलीफ तो होती है कि यार मैं कहता हूँ मैंने किसी का कुछ, पर फिर मैंने इस बारे में सोचना ही बंद कर दिया, क्योंकि काम जो है ना बेस्ट लेवलाइजर है. काम से इतनी सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलती है, इसलिए रिटायर होने का सोच ही नहीं सकता.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ. डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा. अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ. सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र.
MDH की देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का. MDH की देगी मिर्च.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे. केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी. इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं,
पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Impeachment motion against Justice Verma admitted in Lok Sabha.
पार्लियामेंट शुरू होते ही हमने सरकार की ओर से साफ शब्दों में कहा कि हम चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं। बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी में हमने बात रखी कि हम ऑपरेशन सिंदूर पर चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार हैं।
Kiran Rijiju says the record straight says government ready to have debate on Operation Sindoor. The opposition must let the parliament function.
आ जा रहा है कि इसको लेकर क्या कहें? क्या मैच भारत पाकिस्तान इस स्थिति में होना चाहिए? है सर, इस स्थिति में होना चाहिए मैच।
Republic launches mega campaign to boycott India-Pakistan Asia Cup clash. Nation says terror and cricket cannot go hand in hand.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
ग्रेजुटी का चेक है, बस इन पैसों को हम कहीं इन्वेस्ट कर दें और रेगुलर इनकम भी आती रहे।
तो फिर फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स में डाल दीजिए। फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स चुने हुए इंटरेस्ट बेरिंग कंपनी बॉन्ड, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड और मनी मार्केट में पैसा डालते हैं और सिस्टमैटिक विड्रॉल प्लान के जरिए आपको ऑन द डॉट फिक्स्ड अमाउंट भी मिलती रहेगी।
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना। MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Play it your way. Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
government's massive crackdown on semi-pornographic content. Ekta Kapoor's Alt Balaji. 25 other OTT apps banned by ministry. End obscene content. Government drops the hammer on OTTs. Debating tonight at 8 p.m. BCCI cornered over Asia Cup matches with Pakistan. Neutral venue smokescreen to play with Pakistan. National campaign continues. No cricket with Pak. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
आपका जो अभी जो ओहदा है, it is a self-fought position, Anupam ji. What I like about you, the reason I admire you is because you're a one-man industry. A lot of industry people don't like you. A lot of groups don't like you. They cannot come and say that he doesn't deserve what he is getting.
मेरा और मेरे फादर का एक बड़ा अच्छा किस्सा था. आज स्लो डाउन एंड आई वाज डूइंग लेस फिल्म्स. तो उन्होंने मुझसे ऐसे ही खिड़की से बाहर देखते देखते बोला, अनुपम यू आर नॉट डूइंग मेनी फिल्म बेटा, ऐसा क्यों है? तो मैंने उनसे कहा कि नो डैड आई एम नॉट इन द रैट रेस. तो उन्होंने बिना मेरी तरफ मुड़े बोला, ओ यू हैव लेफ्ट द रेस फॉर द रैट्स. तो आई थिंक बड़ा मुश्किल है सबको खुश करना. देखिए दुख तो होता है, तकलीफ तो होती है कि यार मैं कहता हूँ मैंने किसी का कुछ, पर फिर मैंने इस बारे में सोचना ही बंद कर दिया, क्योंकि काम जो है ना बेस्ट लेवलाइजर है. काम से इतनी सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलती है, इसलिए रिटायर होने का सोच ही नहीं सकता.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, time for a very hard stand against the dirty, vulgar platforms promoting filth in the name of entertainment. The government drops the ultimatum. At 9 p.m. this evening, in response to your tremendous support, it is the Republic Network's relentless campaign, No Cricket with Pakistan. We must not play. We must all come together to make sure there is no game with Pakistan in the name of the Asia Cup or anything else. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, the big news of the day is that in a significant crackdown against objectionable digital content, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, MIB, has ordered the complete blocking of 25 OTT platforms and many websites which are publishing obscene, vulgar and pornographic material. Among those on whom the hammer goes, Ullu, millions of subscribers, crores of monthly income. Alt, owned by Balaji Telefilms, crores of subscribers, lots of dirty content, hundreds of crores in monthly revenue. Then there is something called Moji Flix, something called Moodex, something called Look Entertainment, dirty content, thousands of crores, ladies and gentlemen, that these people are making by going to the lowest of the low. My problem with these people is that they cater to the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the low. And in the name of creativity, ladies and gentlemen, these people are responsible, in my view, for creating the content that leads to the worst of crimes against women. Ladies and gentlemen, today, it's a very dangerous combination. Cheap bandwidth, cheap mobile data, hundreds of apps, lots and lots of soft porn content being created, which can land in anyone's hands, including children. We are told crores of children are downloading this kind of soft porn content. And there are these apps like Alt, like Ullu. They don't care about society. They don't care about the country. They don't care about children. They don't care about women. They just want to make the most money in the easiest way possible. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody should support, financially or otherwise, these kind of organizations. In fact, the hammer should go on these kind of organizations which believe that they can have a dual policy as far as content is concerned. Make a film that is seen to be pro the ruling party on the one side through one vehicle, and then make a lot of cheap content on the other and think you'll balance it out, then make a serial which says that, oh, we are promoting middle-class values. And this duality, ladies and gentlemen, essentially, if you're directly or indirectly part of the same corporate enterprise, this duality of content means that all you're trying to do is make money with whichever way possible. And that is why what the government has done today is very good. In fact, I was giving up hope that the government would ever act against something like this. But today, we are all together in saying, damn good what the government has done. Now, we need to be careful because these are business people. These people will find some other route to put out the dirty content. You see, it's like a drug. And I really believe that people, and I'm not saying it for any particular reason, I believe people like Ekta Kapoor and Swara Bhaskar should raise their voice a little bit today. Ekta Kapoor and Swara Bhaskar, and many more. And why just them? I believe the so-called greats of our entertainment industry, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, the Khans, should also speak up and say, this was long overdue. You can't distance yourself whenever you think it's convenient to you. Ladies and gentlemen, if a platform is found guilty of vulgar and obscene content, my question is, should there be any complaint filed against them under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sandhita or the IT Act? Should arrests happen? Should interrogation happen? Should monetary penalties be imposed on these people? Because these are big margin businesses. You spend 1 rupee, you make 10 rupees of profit. You know why? Because you're selling semi-pornographic content for 20 rupees for quite a few downloads. And you're playing on volume, which means you want, it's like hardcore narcotics. You want this content to spread across the country so that you can collect digitally as much money as possible and ruin our country forever. Ladies and gentlemen, this network is beholden to only one philosophy of nation first. And we believe that if we all come together, we can create enough pressure on these creators of dirty content that they are made to face absolutely the worst kind of punishment and maximum penalties. If they've made 1,000 crores, we demand they be fined at least 2,000 crores. How can they be sitting on all the money that they've profited from? All their profits must be snatched away from them. Ladies and gentlemen, they have to be paid monetarily, legally, and criminally liable. Let's debate.
Distorted relationships, cheating, voyeurism, and all things sex. This is the new formula for survival for many OTT platforms. From promoting sensual content for engagement to even resorting to incest portrayal, there is no limit that these OTT shows have not crossed. In the first major crackdown on objectionable digital content, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has banned 25 OTT platforms. These banned platforms include Ekta Kapoor's Alt Balaji, Ullu, Big Shots app, Neonex, VIP and Desi Flix.
देखिए, सरकार का निर्णय संस्कृति को लेके, भारत को लेके ज़रूरी था। जहाँ पे ऐसे OTT जो लाइसेंस्ड हैं, अनलाइसेंस्ड हैं, वो सॉफ्ट पॉर्न बना रहे हैं या गलत फिल्में बना रहे हैं या गलत फिल्मों को प्रदर्शित कर रहे हैं। आप एंटरटेनमेंट पेश करें, लेकिन एंटरटेनमेंट की एक परिभाषा, एक उसकी एक लक्ष्मण रेखा होती है।
These apps are accused of publishing obscene, vulgar, and in some cases, pornographic material. They were found to be disseminating content that violated several provisions of Indian law. The action is not at all sudden. Multiple rounds of talks were held with these platforms. Violations were flagged in July-August 2024 by NCPCR. Official warnings were issued in September 2024 and an advisory was issued to these platforms in February 2025. Yet, these websites continued to violate guidelines by temporarily taking down and then uploading the problematic content back online. Many civil society organizations and politicians have raised the issue in the past.
इनको अगर बैन किया गया तो मैं समझता हूँ ये बहुत प्रशंसनीय है, इसकी सराहना करते हैं। अगर आपको याद हो तो सबसे पहले जो पिछली बार मैं IT और इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी कमेटी में था, तो सबसे पहले इसको बैन करने के लिए, रोकने के लिए, प्रतिबंध लगाने के लिए मैंने ही आवाज़ उठाई।
And finally, the action has been taken. But those who say Constitution is in danger take a completely different stand when Bharat's culture is in danger. They call it attack on freedom of expression.
देखिए, ऑब्सीन वल्गर कोई चीज हो तो उस पर रोक के आप उपाय कीजिए, लेकिन फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन पे जिस तरह से हमला होता है कि जो सरकार का विरोध कर रहा हो उसको जो बंद कर देते हैं, इस तरह के मतलब ये है कि वो चाहे वेबसाइट हो और चाहे वो यूट्यूब चैनल हो, वो गलत है, उसका हम विरोध कर रहे हैं।
Instead of asking for a stringent law and pushing for the crackdown, the opposition is backing such apps. Why should such apps, which go against the very essence of Indian culture, be allowed to even exist?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm quickly introducing today Akhil Swami, Rishikesh Singh, former stand-in counsel of the Government of India, Manvi Taneja and Vikrant Chaturvedi on one side. Okay, we have Akash Deep on the other, producer, director Aniket Ujwal Nigam, Supreme Court advocate, and Advaita Kala. Advaita, now how has it taken so long? You are also right, for OTT platforms, etc., right? Now, this seems to be the quickest way to make money. Least investment, maximum return. I saw that one of these platforms was earning 300 crores per month. 300 crores per month is revenue, like 3,500 crores a year. And that's only one of them. How do you think they'll react to the ban? Will they find some other way to reach the paying consumer of such content?
Of course they will. Of course they will, Arnab, because it's all about money. It isn't about artistic freedom. It isn't about telling a story. It's about making money. And when there's that much money involved, they will find another way around it. And I think the authorities have to be vigilant. And that's almost 100% likelihood of that happening. And, it's just, I know this whole conversation gets spooled into something about creative freedom and freedom of expression, etc., etc. But the bottom line is, showing indecent acts between family members to titillate the lowest common denominator, which is basically the storytelling narrative in most of these OTTs, is not creative freedom. It's not expression. It's not even art of any form. So I think coming down on this and calling it what it is, soft porn, is absolutely the correct stance to take.
I don't know what really Ekta Kapoor has been doing, frankly, It's very bad. It's very bad. And despite being pulled up by the Supreme Court earlier, it's not like they don't know. They know they are under watch. But it's like a drug, Rishikesh thing. It's like a drug. This is the quickest way to make money. The Supreme Court in 2022 came down heavily on Ekta Kapoor over the objectionable content in her web series called XXX. She says XXX is the name of a web series, I don't know. Available on the OTT platform, which the court said you are polluting the minds of youngsters. But they didn't stop, Rishikesh. So obviously, they didn't stop despite all this. Why didn't they stop, in your view? Why didn't they stop making this kind of content?
No, Arnav, there are two issues. First is that there should be regulation rather than a ban. I am not in support of ban completely on these webs, whatever these.
What kind of regulation? Are you meaning a regulation? Should there be a regulatory body headed by Ekta Kapoor which should decide?
No, there is no regulatory body. But you know today I was listening to Ravi Kishan, who was advocating it that there should be a ban. Asked Ravi Kishan that how many of these Bhojpuri films were completely absurd and obscene scenes has been done by himself only. So where is that regulation has gone? Where is why these Bhojpuri industry is not banned at that moment of time? So today, and why these apps only? If you see Netflix, I have gone through the Netflix and Google searched. One search says that there are 45, not one. There are 45 such either the films or the series that have the obscene content. Will you ban the Netflix? No. You are doing it for these small-time apps because you know that these can be made as a political issue or to silence someone who is raising these kind of issues. Why the action has not been taken against those who have the bigger names, the Prime, Amazon? These also have the same contents. But because I am saying that because this ban is completely against the Article 19, because there has to be a regulation. There has to be a regulation to regulate those. The Supreme Court has said that there is a censor board for those who goes for the public viewing in the films and other platforms. Why there is no censorship? Why there is no regulatory body for the OTT?
Also, my question is, you can't have regulatory body on this. See, I'll tell you one thing. This is not a normal situation. You should see the kind of content these people have created. Exploitation of young girls underage by Ullu, Alt. There is something they call Katil Hasina. Season 1, Episode 1. 55 minutes of the 22-minute runtime is dedicated to exactly this content. And the report by the Department of Communications says it is created solely to titillate the lascivious and prurient interest of the audience. What legal language are you using?
No, the legal
These are horrible. At one time, there was a case against Ekta Kapoor and her mother, Shobha Kapoor, under the POXO Act in October last year for showing inappropriate scenes involving minor girls in an episode of Alt Balaji's web series Gandhi Baat. After that, they changed the corporate structure. They went away from the board of directors. Allow me to complete. But they are still the promoters of the parent company. No, my point is, something has to be done. The Supreme Court has reprimanded Ekta Kapoor. She only changed the corporate structure a little bit, but the content of alt did not stop. It's very bad. It's very bad. And some of these people introduced a nudity clause in the contracts despite CBFC's concerns to prevent actors from speaking up against any nude scenes in the scripts. So your business is of nudity. No, and none of our so-called big bosses of the entertainment industry are speaking up about this today. Amitabh Bachchan quiet, Khan's quiet, Karan Johar quiet. Oh, they're all our friends. Even the channels, besides Republic, is anyone talking? Why? Do corporate companies have conflict of interest going on there also? Now everybody's be quiet. Arnab should not speak.
Conflict of interest is also about being very, very selective, because you just ban a few people who do not have the power to resist, but you openly allow it to happen on the other mainstream channels. You allow it to happen in Bollywood films. You allow it to happen everywhere else. You allow it on Google. I mean, you have a problem with semi-porn. There's full-fledged porn which is available on Google, and nobody stops that. And as far as all this corruption of society is concerned, I'm sorry, all these OTT platforms have last appeared since the past, 4 or 5 years ago? Till then, was India a very pure, pious society with no kind of crime ever happening? No, I beg to differ. Also, I'm completely against obscenity myself. But obscenity doesn't just mean a little bit of skin show and showing some sexual scenes. There are far more obscene things when it comes to violence and terror.
I get it. What you're saying is, I get what you're saying. What you are saying, Vikrant, I'll tell you what you're saying. What Vikrant is saying is this. One minute, Vikrant. Vikrant is putting an interesting argument today, and I must commend and congratulate, first of all, Uday Mahurkar today, a senior journalist who's been former member of the Central Information Commission. If there's one man who's been carrying out a single-man war against this content, and he has faced so much backlash for it. And I asked him once that, Uday Dada, why are you picking this up? You're such a respected journalist. Why have you picked up this issue? So he said, I feel very strongly about it. He said all the crimes against women and children and POXO cases are happening because of these people. I said, but Uday Dada, what aren't these very big people, a lot of money? He said, let there be money, I will fight. This is the mission of my life. And I therefore want to congratulate you, Uday Dada. Many people told you that you're foolish, but you fought the difficult fight and you won.
Thank you.
How difficult has this fight been, and why did you pick it up?
Arnab.
Yes, Arnab.
How difficult has this fight been, and why did you pick it up?
You see, there was a film called Jism which has come 20 years ago. If you remember, which had Bipasa Basu, There were quite a few scenes which were very explicit in that. So I was moved, at that time, that if such content keeps on coming before our people, youngsters, youth, what will happen? Thereafter, I continued to fight, but I did not find any success. I tried to take all people from all communities together, Muslims, Christians, everybody. I got some support from Christian community at that time. But in 2018, when OTT came, things became very serious. Because, you see, after the OTT came, soon after that, we saw COVID. During COVID, education shifted to phones, And there, the crisis became much more serious. Now, what OTT guys are serving? Ekta Kapoor has a film of 2020, about which I came to know only 3 years ago. There is a woman, there is a male in the family who is having sexual relations with his grandmother, with his stepmother, with his cousin sister, and with his bhabhi. Now, is this what you call creative freedom? So I was very moved, because you see, somehow, you see, we have done extensive research on this subject, and my Save Culture Save Our Foundation has actually proved that majority of the rape, to the extent of 80%, are being provoked by content. There is a Yogita Bahana,
a leading anti-rape activist. There is one anti-rape activist in Surat. Both of them agree with me that majority of the rape cases are being provoked
it's
by
just a
sexually perverted
reflection
content.
of what the society is happening.
And the
Now,
rapes haven't
you see,
started
what is
happening.
happening?
It's just a reflection, whatever it happens.
Oh, okay. Here is the argument. Here is the argument.
Talking about
Here is the argument. Manvi, I would like to congratulate you for your Oscar-winning argument. Incest is a reality, we must show incest.
Arna, whatever-
Rape is a reality, we must picturize rape.
always hear
Pedophilia is a reality, we must show pedophilia. To educate people against pedophilia, we must show pedophilia. That is the Oscar-winning argument of Manvi Taneja.
About Alt Balaji, Ullu app, but no one is talking about content creators who create pathetic content, who create vulgar content on social media platforms, on Instagram. One thing I would like to add on here. If I
No, let Uday Dada complete, Manvi. Let Uday Dada complete.
use Instagram,
Let Uday Dada complete, and yes, I will open phone lines in 5 minutes.
You will know the situation, how serious it is. In the last 6 months, there have been 10 cases, official cases of brother raping sister after seeing pornography. There have been 5 official cases of father raping daughter after seeing pornography. And there is one most horrendous case where a son got drunk, saw pornography and raped his own mother. And in slums, I am telling you, the situation is very serious. Because people are sleeping in one room. There are 8 brothers and sisters, parents, everybody is sleeping in one room, you know.
To blame the content creator, the so-called content creator who try to create their content on social media platform, they have gone, as in, I cannot explain you also. मदर की जो है वो बेटे के साथ है, बाप की जो है वो बेटी के साथ है. Everything is on social media platform. They see it on Instagram. You cannot blame Bollywood. And if you talk about Netflix, नहीं, हिम्मत नहीं है. Netflix, Amazon, Hotstar and whatnot, जो भी बड़ी-बड़ी apps हैं, you cannot do that because वहाँ पे propaganda films हैं. जिगरा नहीं है. जिगरा अगर है actual में, तो आप उनको भी बंद करके दिखा दीजिए. But you will not do that because all propaganda-related films are there. Where will you spread the propaganda then?
It speaks about Amazon Prime also. And with examples. So don't blame me for that. My petition with the Supreme Court of India, which has been taken up by no less than Justice Gawai, clearly has produced evidence as to how things are.
We must be clear here. We must be clear here. As far as Ekta Kapoor is concerned, I don't know what corporate structure she has created now to try and protect herself and her mother. But she has crossed all limits. In 2020, the Martyrs Welfare Foundation chairman, Major T.C. Rao, took her to court against her XXX2, depicting army officers, family members getting intimate with other men behind their backs. And it was called an insult to our armed forces and military personnel. Aniket, did it change her approach? No. Because there must be something under this. My question to you, Aniket, is as a lawyer, is there going to be only a ban? Shouldn't there be monetary punishment, criminal punishment?
A fine.
Yeah, a fine which takes away all the money that they have earned. And perhaps a little more.
Yes.
What is the crime for which the
Aniket.
Arnab, let me take this as an opportunity to thank the government of India for having taken such bold and concrete step to protect and preserve the moral and cultural fabric of our nation. We have seen that these OTT platforms under the garb of freedom of expression have been exploiting and corrupting the minds of young Indians. Now there is an argument that is being argued that this is under the pretext of freedom of speech and expression. There are other platforms. Why don't you ban that? Well, whoever is doing this, the law will follow its course of action. Action will be taken against them. But that does not mean that these actions should not have been taken against these 24 platforms, number one. No, number two, Arnab, coming to your point, only by making the ban is not going to solve the purpose. Because let me just complete. I did not interrupt you when you were expressing yourself. You speak so much about freedom of expression. Let others also express. So please, So please take your seat. You will get your own chance. Now, as far as the aspect of whether there should be monetary fines or not, of course, yes. They have minted millions and crores of rupees by corrupting the minds of young Indians. They have been showing soft pornographic material contrary to the law, contrary to the penal code, contrary to the IT Act, and penal action must follow. And I believe the penal action will take place against them. But what is important is that whoever is going to cross this Lakshman Rekha of flouting the norms of decency and morality, action will follow. Let us not forget that freedom of expression is the cornerstone of our constitution. But this freedom of expression is not absolute. Even under Article 19, the government can impose restrictions, can take stern action in order to regulate such bodies for the interest of decency and morality, and that is what the government has done. And I think it's the appropriate step which has been taken in order to protect and preserve the cultural and moral fabric of our country.
Right. And what do you say to the argument that is being put here? One second.
What should be the next step? Arnab, I will have to speak on the next step which the government should take.
Yeah.
Arnab. We want strengthening of the Indecent Representation of Women Act, where the maximum punishment is 3 years jail. I am telling the government to increase it to 10 years with no bail for 3 years. Now, when I said this, somebody told me that this provision is for terrorists. I said, these are cultural terrorists. So, I think the first step should be strengthening the Indecent Representation of Women Act. I have met some top leaders of the BJP and they are in agreement. So some very strong step has to be taken further.
Now, people like Manvi are saying, Advaita, that this is a representation of society, that the poor filmmakers, their only fault is they are trying to show what is happening in our society. So she says all these people...
It's a very lame
I mean, we should at least have enough honesty to admit that these people cannot be part of a creative community. Yes, they're creating content, but they're definitely not part of an artistic creative community. It isn't even so much about nudity or any... Great art sometimes has nudity. You know, that's always there. It's appreciated, it's critiqued. All of those things are done. This is base level. This is all about exploiting a certain mindset, catering to the lowest denominator, objectifying women, ruining psyches of young people, as well as representing relationships and family values in the most vulgar terms. I've actually downloaded one of these apps, Arnab, and skimmed through it because I wanted to be sure about what I was speaking out against.
Whatever is the
and
demand,
it's a parallel universe in terms of just the sleaze that is out there on offer. And it's shocking that, you know, young people have complete access to it. All you have to do is just say you're 18. And that's it. That's the only kind of restriction on it. And then it's a free-for-all. And the kind of storylines are so disgusting that I don't even know how people get paid to write these storylines. In fact, I don't think they're written at all. They're just on the go, on the fly, whatever is most vulgar and sleazy makes it on tape. And not to mention also, there have been cases where female actors have been exploited on these shows and pushed to do things that they are not comfortable with. So it's a whole cycle of exploitation.
No, not at all. I don't agree. I don't agree with you. But see, whatever you said, I was listening to you. It's all about demand and supply. No, you need to hear me out also. I was listening to everyone. If you try to
demand and supply, you talk about.
Scroll a feed. Or
demand for what?
And you try to search
She says,
demand, it's all about demand and supply. Are you aware of what you're saying?
What I get is yogasan.
Are, why do you always go out of subject?
On Instagram,
we are talking about the banning of these platforms.
This is how Instagram
Arnab, I need a minute. Arnab, I don't know, Manvi has some strange take. Manvi, are you actually meaning that demand and supply?
No. Whatever you try to type, it will give you that feed only.
Who is discussing this?
Exact feed.
That is not the point of discussion.
If you try to type education, it will not give you education videos.
There's a demand for drugs as well.
Waste of prime time.
By this logic,
Arnab, 1 minute. Arnab, can I come in for a minute? Arnab, Vikrant had earlier messaged that were we a pure society 5 years prior to today when there was no OTT? well, even if I agree with you, Mr. Vikrant, that does not mean 5 years later I have to serve you that shit in a plate free of cost on your phone.
Do you have any data?
That's the topic of the discussion. If you're going to generalize, and secondly, 1 minute. Secondly, 1 minute. Let me finish. Secondly, Manvi, when you talk of things, ye to wohi hota hai, whatever is happening is being shown. Are you aware of what you're saying? Whatever is happening is being shown. I mean, diarrhea is also normal. So will you classify it as entertainment? There's got to be a line you draw. What you see in Bollywood films goes through a censor board. This is a free media. There is no
I'm just repeating your words.
The lines.
I'm just repeating your words. It's
Moral
not,
fabric
it's not
is
that,
being destroyed.
नहीं, ये बात सही नहीं
Did I
होगी that
talk
you
of
have made
demand
a
and
U-turn.
supply?
You have made a U-turn. You cannot change your statements. You have made a U-turn. You cannot change your statements. Your statements are on record. Whatever you talk on Republic are recorded. Whatever you talk on Republic are on YouTube.
When did we come on and
this is no. You are
so what?
Tasting the flavor of your own ice cream.
This is a kiddish argument again, expected from you.
Do you want me to tell you that when did
you are
what is he saying? What is what are you saying, Manvi?
You just said
Manvi louder.
When they have Bihar elections. No, when they have Bihar elections, every time you need to target Bollywood. Bollywood is always a soft target for ruling party when there are Bihar elections.
Fabric of a nation,
and now
this is something that should never be permitted. This digital arajakta is what I would call must be.
Have targeted Bollywood in today's debate. Where has Arnab targeted Bollywood in today's debate? He's not. He's talking about those platforms that are misusing their powers, and that we support. He's not targeting Bollywood.
The only point when I'm bringing in Bollywood, Manvi, don't shout. Manvi, the only point I'm bringing in Bollywood is that it is embarrassing for me. It is embarrassing for me to have to say that Amitabh Bachchan is not speaking about this subject.
These are not part of Bollywood, so that's what I'm trying to say.
Jitendra is not speaking about this subject, maybe because of the Ekta Kapoor angle. The Khans are not speaking about this.
Contenters.
And mentioned Bollywood when he said that the biggies should speak.
You need to ban.
Oh, now that's what happens, Manvi. When somebody sees dirt,
किस कलर का पहने हो? आज पहने नहीं दिख रहा है. Arshdeep ji, you are elder. I respect you. पहने नहीं हो दिख रहा है.
When somebody sweeps.
आपने अरेस्ट कराया उस लड़की को.
You are not understanding the point.
No, escort service.
अरे मेरे को बोलने तो दो. When somebody is sweeping a lane, you are saying the whole of India is dirty. Why are you not cleaning it? Can it happen? It has to happen.
And I'll tell you, I won't give you the full name, but you'll get to know. Shakespeare.
You're not understanding.
Person named
You're not
Shakespeare.
understanding the point.
You check him. No, you are also not understanding. You are just trying to pinpoint few apps and websites. What I'm trying to say is if you want to ban, you need to ban all the apps along with all individual content creators account.
Against platforms.
Okay, so her argument is okay, now Manvi, can you calm down? Manvi, her argument is that 1 minute, Manvi. 1 minute. She's saying.
Let me just say this.
Yeah, Aniket, she's saying that the same content will find its way on other apps, including those with foreign ownership. Her argument is, why don't you let Indians make money by selling cheap content?
What nonsense is this, Arnab? What nonsense?
She's saying if vulgar content makes money, let Indians make money. She's saying there are some Indians who are earning their livelihoods by being part of the dirty OTT business.
If we don't allow Indians to commit crimes, probably someone else will come to India and will do these crimes, and therefore allow these Indians to commit crimes. Is this what she's saying?
That's what she's saying. Phone call so. Take the calls hot and live.
Arnab, we don't need a content of chaos. We don't need a content.
Aniket and Manvi.
Misleading the young minds of our country. And people like Manvi Taneja cannot justify this.
On OTT platform, and you are not talking about Netflix. Jigra nahi hai Netflix ke liye, but Jigra hai Alt Balaji ke liye.
No, but why are you so offended? Why are you so offended when these content that is being shown on these 24 platforms is being banned? Why are you offended so much that this content is being banned? Why are you so all right with this content being shown to the young minds of our country? Are you not interested to protect the social and moral fabric of our country? Do you not believe in sociality? Do you not believe in the integrity of our nation?
You will not put it on the
I really don't understand, Arnab. Arnab, I really don't understand. This is
one level up.
digital arajakta. This is digital arajakta. हमारे देश में इस कंटेंट का कोई जगह नहीं है. हमारे देश में ऐसा कंटेंट चाहिए जो देश को दिशा दे, ना कि इस देश के युवाओं को दिशा भूल करे. मानवी तनेजा जी कह रहे हैं कि हमारे देश के लोगों को वो करने की इजाजत दे, क्योंकि अगर हमारे लोगों ने वो नहीं किया तो और कोई लोग आके करेंगे. This is absolutely absurd.
Ban Instagram.
We cannot let anybody.
Are those not
We cannot let anybody show such kind of obscene content which will really misguide.
More obscene content than what has been shown there.
And the
you go to Instagram,
government of our country has stepped in
and
because
these Instagram
the government of our country is the guardian of
and
the
they are
moral
using
fabric
such
of our
content.
country.
And why you are not banning that?
Responsibility to
Why you
protect the
not
young
banning
minds of
that?
our nation,
My
and that is
question
what
is
they are
that why
doing.
only
And
these
I
are
really
targeted?
applaud the
Because these are
efforts
the
of the
soft
government
target.
of India
You
for
watch
having
one
taken
series,
such
I am telling
efforts
you,
Open the
go
lines.
home and
to protect the
watch
minds
one
of our
series
young people.
in Netflix, name called She. You will find more nudity there than what these have shown. And this Pankaj Tripathi, Mirzapur.
So are you saying because there is nudity
if there is
elsewhere,
no incestual
nudity that is
relationship has
being
been
now
shown?
controlled by the government should not be
Why
controlled?
and
What sort of
Instagram, you
argument
see
is
the kind
this?
of Instagram is
Government of the
showing.
day has taken the action. You please bring it to the
What
notice
if
of the
people like
government.
Urfi Javed
Other
is
platforms
doing?
which
Who
are
is stopping
indulging in
them?
such
Who is banning
activities,
them?
the government will take action against them too. But there
Where
cannot
is
be
the
a free
action?
license
Where is the
by
action?
saying that because
Where
they
is
are
the
doing
action?
it, therefore
Why the
they should
Instagram has not
these
been
platforms
banned?
should also
Why
be
there is no
permitted to do
regulation
it.
to that?
Please understand that we have to stand for what is right. This is really polluting the minds of young people. This is being served to the lowest denominator
My
of our
question
nation.
to you,
And this should
why
not
there
be
will be
permitted.
no action against Instagram, Meta or Facebook if they are doing this kind of nudity and obscenity? Why only these apps?
Okay, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. When you talk of Google and YouTube and Facebook, they are doing a lot more than just exclusive nudity platforms. You can't just overnight ad hoc shut them. Google as a pay service, Google as a server service, Facebook has other
as per your
posts.
argument,
You are
now
talking
your
about
argument, if
soft
Alt Balaji
phone
is
selling.
showing
Don't speak over each other, he's listening to you.
mixing it with the other content, then it is fine. If Alt Balaji is doing some other contents and mixing it up with the mixing up with the nudity, then it is fine.
No.
Your argument is the same.
No. When you talk of the platforms that are banned, kindly have a look at the content. They have more than 80 to 90% content targeted as obscene and meant to titillate people from that point of view, which does not happen on Facebook. Allow me to finish. That does not happen on Google. That does not happen on Netflix.
Akhil on the right.
That does not happen on Amazon. Regulatory bodies don't function in India. You need an ombudsman with a danda to kick your back. We Indians are famous as jugadus who find another way. The best thing is to ban them and find them and set an example so that nobody else thinks that this is a great startup to get into. We should laud the government for doing this. The moral fabric has disintegrated to the level that is shocking. We were kids 40, 50 years back, buddy. Look at today's generation. There is the paradigm shift, and these things one by one are responsible. We want to ape the West, whereas the family institution has deteriorated. There is nothing called family institution in the West. And we are trying to be like them. When our Indian apps are selling this shit, it should have been banned. They have been banned. Great work done. Now Manvi will say, what about this? Manvi, we cannot sweep the entire country with one broom. One thing has been done. Next.
Okay, Akhil wants to come in. Akhil.
That's how we can solve this. Every time something good happens, you say, but what about that?
I am totally amused. I am totally amused. वो गवर्नमेंट की बड़ाई लोग कर रहे हैं जो प्रोज्वल रवन्ना जिसने 2000 वीडियोस सेक्स वीडियोस बनाए, हजारों औरतों के अत्याचार किया, वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का जेडीएस पार्टनर है और उसको पार्लियामेंट की सीट जिताने के लिए मोदी जी कन्वेंसिंग करने गए थे और मनोहर लाल धाकड़ को 24 घंटे के अंदर बेल मिल जाती है ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग जो सेक्स क्राइम्स में खुद इन्वॉल्व हैं, वो ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म को बैन कर रहे हैं, लेकिन प्रोज्वल रमन्ना को बैन नहीं कर रहे। प्रोज्वल रमन्ना को बैन नहीं कर रहे। मनोहर लाल धाकड़ को बैन नहीं कर रहे। मनोहर लाल धाकड़ को 24 घंटे में बेल मिल जाती है, कोर्ट उन्हें बेल दे देती है। सारे सेक्स क्राइम जो हैं वो सारे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता करते हैं। परेशानी लेकिन ये सेक्स क्राइम्स करने वाले भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं को नहीं हटाते, उनको प्रमोट करते हैं, उनसे वो अलाइनमेंट करते हैं, अलाइंस करते हैं। कर्नाटका में इलेक्शन रिग करते हैं क्योंकि वो बड़े लोग हैं, वो प्रोज्वल रमन्ना है, वो एच.डी. देवेगौड़ा के पोते हैं, उनके चाचा
अनिकेत
कर रहे हैं। सबसे बड़े प्रोवोकेटर्स हैं।
अरे क्या बकवास कर रहे हो आप भाई साहब, इसमें राजनीति लाने की जरूरत नहीं है। क्या आप चाहते हो कि इस देश में युवाओं की जो सोच है वो खराब हो जाए? क्या आप चाहते हो कि इस देश के युवाओं को मिसलीड किया जाए? क्या गुमराह करना चाहते हो आप देश के युवाओं को ये सब चैनल पर दिखा करके? आप इन जो ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स है, आप उनके प्रवक्ता क्यों बन रहे हो? आप क्यों चाहते हो कि देश में अश्लीलता दिखाई जाए? क्या आप अश्लीलता के प्रतीक हो? क्या आप चाहते हो देश के युवाओं को अश्लीलता दिखाई जाए? अरे क्या बात कर रहे हो आप? इस देश में जिस देश में भगवान राम को पूजा जाता है, वह अश्लीलता की कोई जगह नहीं है। और जो चैनल ये अश्लीलता दिखाएगी उनके खिलाफ कड़क कार्रवाई की जाएगी। और यही रोल ये देश की सरकार ने किया है। कृपया इसमें राजनीति न लाएं।
Okay, one minute. Akhil, thank you. I'm opening the lines. My first caller is Raman from Chennai. Raman from Chennai. Raman, you hear me? Raman from Chennai, are you there? Okay, Raman's not there. Uday Mahurkar, I find it interesting that even today these people are fighting back.
Nobody is fighting back. Prajwal Ravanna को arrest कीजिए.
I'll tell you, they'll make new apps with new names.
Saving them. Prajwal Ravanna को arrest कीजिए. JDS से अपना alignment तोड़िए.
Uday Mahurkar. Uday Dada. Louder.
You see, the government has to be congratulated for this step. And you see, as one of the gentlemen said,
louder
one do it with one broom, you know.
मनोहर लाल
in one sweep.
प्रज्वल रवन्ना को अरेस्ट कीजिए. ये नाटक क्या कर रहे हैं?
You know, you cannot use Netflix to justify, because Netflix is doing this. All should be allowed to do
On
it.
the right, others.
Your demand should be that you put a ban on Netflix also, which I have done. My petition names Netflix as well as Amazon Prime.
नहीं सर,
and with lot of material.
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि regulation is more important than banning. That is why you cannot pick and choose. This is the argument.
Listen, this is coming on phone.
Pick and choosing.
This is coming on phone of children, of youth. This is all coming on phone.
Children being affected by the content
And
which is being shown by
if
the
I am
bigger
able to
OTT.
prove that this is the main reason for
Two together, not same level. Aditi, please manage.
For not banning it.
Okay, I have Venkatesh Prasad, who's a retired Air Force officer from Bengaluru. Venkatesh ji, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm there, sir.
What's your thought?
सबसे पहले नमस्कार सर आपको.
नमस्कार.
और ऐसे मुद्दे उठाने के लिए, डिबेट पर लाने के लिए मैं आपको बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूँ.
धन्यवाद.
सबसे पहले तो सर इस डर्टी पिक्चरों की जरूरत क्या है और ये कौन देख रहा है, इस पे कोई मॉनिटरिंग है? नहीं है. जैसे अभी एक पैनलिस्ट कह रहे बच्चों के फोन में भी आते हैं, तो इससे एक्चुअली हम क्या संदेश देना चाह रहे समाज को, ये मेरा विनती है सोचने के लिए इन पैनलिस्टों से जो बोल रहे फार सेंसरशिप एंड जो मतलब जो सेंसरशिप को अपोज कर रहे, उनसे मैं विनती करना चाहता हूँ कि आपके घर में मतलब ये लोग तो बहुत बूढ़े लोग हैं, इनके पोता पोतियां को देखना अलाउ करना चाहेंगे ये पिक्चरों को देखने के लिए?
मानवी प्लीज रिप्लाई.
होता है समाज में तो
there was some disturbance in my line. What did he say?
ये क्या आपके फैमिली में अलाउ करेंगे ऐसे पिक्चरें देखना? आप अपने फैमिली में अलाउ करेंगे?
देखिए, एज अगर आपकी परमिट करती है, अगर एज आपकी परमिट करती है तो आप देख सकते हैं. अगर हम मूवी देखते हैं, कोई भी मूवी आती है उस पे एक सर्टिफिकेट होता है 12+, 7+, 16+, 18+.
तो
अगर if your age allows, you can go and watch it. What is the harm?
What is the problem? हाँ, what is the problem?
No.
बहुत बढ़िया. This is your point of view.
If it is 16 plus, if it is 18 plus, and see, one rule, somebody was talking about regulatory body, you cannot upload pornography. So there is nothing as such ki pornography hai uske andar. It is erotic. So
अच्छा ये सब
grey line
अद्वैता
जरूरी है कि what is erotic and what is pornography. It is not pornography.
Advaita.
I mean, the bottom line is that we're defending the indefensible here. Whenever you say that this is permissible, it's erotica. I mean, it's just absurd to me. The whole question of having a regulatory body came up, and the moment that there's a regulatory body, they'll say freedom of expression. Now, we've gone through this loop. We've had these debates very often. There was a suggestion for a regulatory body, and then the OTT said that we will ourselves self-regulate. We're aware of the law. Remember, this is also against the law. There are clauses in the law where this is not, this kind of perversion and vulgarity is not permitted. So the OTTs, including the ones that have been banned, said that we're going to self-regulate. They were sent multiple notices. They refused to comply with those regulations and their own promise to self-regulate. So guess what happens? You get banned. And Akash is right. They should get fined as well as banned because you didn't live up to your end of the of the deal. It's as simple and as clear as that. It's not some great argument for creative freedom.
Yep, it's as clear as that. Sanjay is calling from Bengaluru. Sanjay.
Then just say, okay, I'm
Sanjay,
Arnav, I just wanted to
take some more calls live.
Tell that
Yeah.
ये लोग लाल ड्रेस में जो मैडम बैठी है ना, ऐसे लोगों को लेके आते हो, ये हमारा वक्त बर्बाद करते हैं. जब दूसरा बात करता है तो ये क्यों हर बार डिस्टर्ब करती है ताकि हमारा वक्त जाहिर हो जाए. एटलीस्ट डिसेंट डिबेट को लेके आ जाए ना. ये फॉर्म छोड़ के चुप बैठे नहीं इधर. अगर ये लेडी बताती है कि 18 हुआ तो देख सकते थे, तो प्रोस्टिट्यूशन भी लीगलाइज कर दो, थाईलैंड बना दो, बैंकॉक बना दो, सभी लीगल, जो चाहे कुछ कर सकते ओपनली. कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगना चाहिए ना.
राइट.
कहाँ जा रहे यार सब कुछ.
There is a line you draw.
ये चैनल बैन किया तो वो चैनल बैन क्यों नहीं किया? अरे तो कुछ तो किया है ना, अगली बार उसको भी हो जाएगा. अगर 10 क्रिमिनल्स को पकड़े गए तो आप बोलोगे 20 क्या कर रहे हैं और 20 लोग, एटलीस्ट 10 तो पकड़े गए ना. ये चाहते हैं कि 10 भी नहीं पकड़े जाए, जब कुल्लम कुल्ला हो जाए रास्ते में. थैंक यू. नथिंग.
गुड पॉइंट. पार्था दास फ्रॉम अहमदाबाद. पार्था.
गुड इवनिंग.
गुड इवनिंग पार्था.
मैं जस्ट यही बोलना चाहता था, कुछ दिन पहले यही जो डर्टी ओटीटी के जो एक्टर एक्ट्रेसेस है, दे आर नाउ डूइंग पॉडकास्ट, एंड इन दिस पॉडकास्ट they are openly saying that unmarried girls should sleep with as many men as possible before their marriage. So I want to ask this opposition, people who are opposing it, will they allow it in their family? Simple question. Yes or no?
Yeah. Will they allow it in their family?
There are some on the panel.
Ask Rishikesh. No, he's been shouting.
Happens. That's why it's being shown, because it happens. So now they
mixing it up with the things is not going to help. This family thing, nobody allows this such thing in the family.
Not in my family, but others' families it should be allowed.
No, I am saying
my children should not see, but others' children should see.
So I am asking this gentleman, have you seen the Bhojpuri industry the Ravi Kishan comes from? There was a song called Lahanga Utha De Remote Se. Is answerable for that? He is saying that I am against.
Uday Mahurkar is on the call. Uday.
No. We oppose Ravi Kishan also. I am with you on that.
So no, you are.
There cannot be any justification to question this ban.
Industry is more.
This ban is in the right direction. I applaud the Prime Minister. I applaud the government. I applaud Arnab Goswami.
Manoj Tiwari dancing with the
only one man in this country who has taken it up.
Who will be ashamed of the fact.
Withstanding all kind of pressures. So there cannot be any justification.
Old songs.
You see, if something is not happening, we'll question that. We'll question Ravi Kishan. We'll question Netflix.
No one has been
question Amazon Prime.
It
doesn't mean that this step which has been taken should be questioned.
No one is taking care just because they are of their particular political party. Nobody going to question that.
Wait. Why are you passing judgment on the first day? Let us wait.
Sir, what
you see, I am into it for the last 3.5 years.
It has to be uniform. It has to be uniform.
No.
You cannot pick and choose.
Even Ekta Kapoor was close to this government. It is not like that. But when she committed something bad, they have fixed her.
No, I think what we've got to be very careful. I'll just get Rakesh Kumar from Bengaluru, last caller, for 30 seconds. Rakesh?
Sir, good evening, sir. मैं राकेश from Bangalore.
जी.
ये जो लोग अपोज कर रहे हैं, मैं इनको पूछना चाहता हूँ कि एक तो बोल रहे हैं कि डिमांड एंड सप्लाई, और मेरे हिसाब से तो जो पिक्चर में देखते हैं वही बच्चे करते हैं, तो और ये बोल रहे हैं कि जो सोसाइटी को देख के फिर पिक्चर बनाते हैं। मैं बोलता हूँ कि जो पिक्चर में देखते हैं वही बच्चे करते हैं।
करेक्ट।
तो इस पे क्या ये जवाब देंगे?
नहीं, इनको कोई इधर मतलब मोरालिटी वाले आर्ग्यूमेंट ही नहीं है। इनका डिमांड सप्लाई वाला आर्ग्यूमेंट है कि लोग अगर न्यूडिटी, सेक्स ये सब देखना चाहते हैं तो इनका कहना है कि दिखाना चाहिए, लोग जो देखना चाहें उन्हें दीजिए। ये इनकी लॉजिक है, ये इनकी फेक पाश्चात्यपन है, फेक वेस्टर्न एटीट्यूड है। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आई थैंक यू टुनाइट. I thank you tonight. Now, we are the only network which is carrying out a campaign. And I want to tell you something that I can only do it if you support me. I believe we must stop the Indian Cricket Board from either using the name India if they play with Pakistan. You agree with me? Join me when I'm back. Let's make this a campaign together.
Quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Play it your way. Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Where the software engineer meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the gifted content writer. To create the big dream, the world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिर्फ जल जीरा मसाला। जीरा सिर्फ MDH का जल जीरा सिर्फ MDH का जल जीरा सिर्फ।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
And time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, just 3 months ago, 94 days to be precise, 5 terrorists were walking around in the valleys of Pahalgam, shooting men at point-blank range, asking them whether they were Hindu or Muslim. And everybody who said they were Hindu or not Muslim was killed. In retaliation, 74 days back, the Indian Armed Forces brought Pakistan to its knees. Our armed forces did that. We tore Pakistan's nuclear threat to bits and pieces and hit 9 Pakistani terror targets and subsequently a dozen Air Force bases in return. And in return, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, which uses the name India, better known as the BCCI, though I think that I needs to be taken out of the name because of what they are doing. They think that their financial interests are more important than national interest. For them, TRP is more important than national interest. 2 days ago, a rushed meeting took place in Dhaka of another insignificant cricket body called the Asian Cricket Council. Insignificant, I say, because these bodies will cease to exist if not for the support of Indian nationalists and the viewership of Indian nationalists. Now, this Asian Cricket Council had a closed-door meeting, of course. The BCCI did not have the guts to attend in person. But BCCI, as per reports, did virtually attend this meeting. And the BCCI has committed to host the 2025 Asia Cup, of which the BCCI has agreed that Pakistan, the same Asif Muni's Pakistan, will be invited to be part of their competition at a so-called neutral venue like Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And that's not all. In likelihood, they want to make sure that India and Pakistan face each other because that's where the money is, you see, the money. Where do they make the money? It's all about paisa for them. They make the money if India and Pakistan are against each other because they think you will be watching them. And when you, and I would like to mention you, if you watch this match, if you sponsor this match, you are supporting Pakistan. To ensure that India and Pakistan 100% play a game of cricket in the lap of luxury, they have put both in the same group. Ladies and gentlemen, the question I am asking tonight is, who will Team India and the BCCI be playing for? They are not playing for national interest that lies buried under the mountain of fortune they have earned on the back of playing with Pakistan. They have not asked you. The Indian Cricket Board does not care about you. They give a damn for you. They are going to deliberately force you to watch a game of India versus Pakistan. And I want to tell you, if you watch a game of India and Pakistan, you are against my country's national interest. If you support it in any way, enough is enough, ladies and gentlemen. If this is the case, then I would like to say, hashtag, this is not my cricket board. This cricket board is not the cricket board of India. If, and I'm saying this clearly to the BCCI today, if they organize the India-Pakistan cricket match right after what has happened at a time when Operation Sindoor as per the Modi government is still on, and if the Modi government allows this to happen, then we must take that I away from the BCCI name. It is not my cricket board. Ladies and gentlemen, I have spoken out repeatedly against the BCCI's urge, desperate urge or pressure or whatever to monetize India versus Pakistan games for their financial and commercial interest while giving a damn for national interest. But to do so 2-3 months after Pahalgam and Operation Sindoor, what kind of people are they? Operation Sindoor is still an active military operation. Has the BCCI lost it completely? Watch how its General Secretary Rajiv Shukla, who allegedly attended this meeting, he is the man who attended the meeting virtually, runs away when we confronted him with the reality.
जो कहा जा रहा है कि इसको लेकर क्या कहें, क्या मैच भारत पाकिस्तान इस स्थिति में होना चाहिए, है सर, इस स्थिति में होना चाहिए मैच, ठीक है, जो कहा जा रहा है कि इसको लेकर क्या कहें, क्या मैच भारत पाकिस्तान इस स्थिति में होना चाहिए, है सर, इस स्थिति में होना चाहिए मैच.
You see, he is running away. Ladies and gentlemen, BCCI has 30,000 crores in its reserves. How much money do they want? They have a third of India's health and agriculture budget in their treasury. How much money do they want? They just want to protect some people's commercial interest. All these telecasters, all these advertisers must take a call on it. Viewers, I want the phone calls to ring tonight. I'm offering you an option. This is your hashtag. Don't let this hashtag die. These are rich and powerful people, but you are more powerful than them. I call upon members of the Nationalist Collective to take a clear position on this matter. It's not that the BCCI is foolish enough to force India to play against Pakistan. They want it to happen because the money is there. And for them, money is more important than Operation Sindoor. Money is more important than the attack on Kirana Hills. When we disregarded Pakistan's nuclear red line, I call upon the Prime Minister of India to stop this. I call upon the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, to not allow this. We didn't think twice. And the people of India backed the government of India when we held the Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance, but now they want us to play in Pakistan. The government of India must not allow this. We don't allow nuclear blackmail, but we compromise our national interest and stature to play cricket matches in Dubai with Pakistanis. The same Pakistani cricketers who abuse us every day, our cricket board, which is not my cricket board if they do this, will force us to do this. The BCCI contributes. Ladies and gentlemen, 80% of ICC's earning. What is the ICC doing? You have an Indian who's been made head of the ICC as CEO. What is he doing? See, the whole system comes together to only defend financial interest. Ladies and gentlemen, if we want the entire PCB can collapse, if we play cricket with Pakistan, we are financing the Pakistan Cricket Board, we are helping the Pakistanis, and I'm going to ask, who is the BCCI trying to please? If this is the case, this is not my cricket board, this is not your cricket board. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country where our government can close the taps on Pakistan, we can threaten 80% of Pakistan's agriculture, but this BCCI thinks it is a law unto itself. It's going to do what the hell it wants to, and indirectly prevent a 250 crore financial loss to the Pakistan Cricket Board. That is how much they would lose if the Asia Cup gets cancelled. And so they're already crying about it. Listen to this.
We have all decided to work for cricket. None of us wants politics inside any of our organizations, and it was a very good meeting in a very good atmosphere, and I hope we will continue meetings like this in future also. We are in the consultation with BCCI, and we will hopefully resolve that also very soon.
I would say shame on the BCCI for doing this and thinking that they will not be caught red-handed. They are taking everybody for granted. Viewers, tell your family members to watch this program tonight. Tell them to pass the message that if we blink, if we allow this, then it is the BCCI on one side and the Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force and national interest on the other. And don't even give me the sporting argument of we have our international obligations, we want to host the Olympics in 2036. These are useless arguments. Is it not true that Russia was not allowed to participate in the 2024 Paris Olympics due to its war on Ukraine? But we are going to be weak. Our army will be strong. But you see, they have to make money. The cricket board. Is it not true that Russian athletes competing even under a neutral banner was scrutinized to the extent whether they liked pro-Russian army posts on Instagram? And here you have Pakistani cricketers who sing the song of the ISI in every waking hour on social media and TV. And the Pakistanis are walking away like this is a big victory. We have forced the BCCI to take an Aman Ki Asha line. Damn this Aman Ki Asha line, ladies and gentlemen. Stop this match, ladies and gentlemen. Boycott it. The fundamental fact is this. We are on the edge of a massive compromise. The cricket board has decided that it wants to compromise the country on your behalf. And if they are doing it on your behalf, ladies and gentlemen, then stop them. Don't allow this spectacle. Just look at the sense of contentment of those Pakistani cricket board chief, that Mohsin fellow. Show his visuals on the right. And show the visuals of Rajiv Shukla running away on the other. On both sides. And think, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to think about the sentiment in your heart. How angry you were when Donald Trump dared to announce the ceasefire on our behalf. I was furious. And today I will be told that 2 months, 3 months after we hammered them with the BrahMos, we will be playing cricket with them. And don't think that they are coming to play cricket. After having been hammered by our BrahMos, they are coming to declare war. Shame on this BCCI which thinks that Operation Sindoor is on, but life should carry on as usual. If we play against Pakistan, we are ignoring the operational status of Operation Sindoor. And the Prime Minister of India must not allow this to happen. The whole country will be very furious if it happens. If we play Pakistan, we are saying, then it is good that these Pakistanis were attending the terrorist funerals. If we play against Pakistan, we are dishonoring 26 victims of the Pahalgam attack. And we are trying to generate hundreds of crores for the Pakistanis. If we play against Pakistan, then that team which will be playing against Pakistan is not playing for me or my country. We should take away the right for them to represent us using the tricolour. Let them play like a private cricket team of a private federation or private corporate body. They are not playing for my country. If these people play against Pakistan, then let it be known they are not playing for India. And it is a choice. Of course, if you want to be drugged into helping Pakistan by watching or financially supporting an India-Pakistan match, then you are a drugged person who is against national interest. If you are for national interest, then use whatever medium that you can, your words, the strength of your conviction, to put pressure on those who think they are going to get away with it. Let's debate.
"94 days since the dastardly terror attack in Pahalgam by Pakistan-sponsored terrorists of the LET-linked TRF.
यहाँ पे बैठो बैठो मेरे बच्चे को अरे हम लोग फौजी हैं कुछ नहीं करेंगे
76 days since the ceasefire after Operation Sindoor.
कोई भी न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल भारत नहीं सहेगा।
It seems the BCCI has forgotten that India and Pakistan are at war.
क्या ऑपरेशन सिंदूर अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है। जो कुछ भी हुआ है वह सिर्फ एक ट्रेलर मात्र था। जब भी सही समय आएगा तो हम पूरी पिक्चर भी दुनिया को दिखाएंगे।
BCCI is back to business and cricket with Pakistan.
The state is set up for another India-Pakistan showdown, this time in the UAE. At the Asian Cricket Council annual general meeting in Dhaka, BCCI confirmed its willingness to host Asia Cup 2025 at a neutral place. Dubai and Abu Dhabi were shortlisted, where matches will be played across 2 venues. And a tentative window of September 7th to mid or late September was proposed, which is just ahead of T20 World Cup next year, making this a key preparatory tournament for all the teams.
Republic confronted the BCCI, but outside their closed-door meetings, they have no answers.
तो जो कहा जा रहा है कि इसको लेकर क्या कहें, क्या मैच भारत पाकिस्तान इस स्थिति में होना चाहिए? ऐसा इस स्थिति में होना चाहिए मैच?
Big questions are now emerging. What are the compulsions of BCCI that it is so keen and feel obliged to play with Pakistan? Reports suggest Pakistan can face a loss upwards by $25 million or 224 crore in Indian rupees alone.
एशिया कप के हवाले से क्या डिसीजन हुआ, जरा उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बता दीजिएगा। जो एजेंडा था इस मीटिंग का, वो सारी चीजें
that will also be announced soon.
शेड्यूल कब तक आएगा?
We are in the consultation with BCCI and we will hopefully resolve that also very soon. We will announce it soon.
India contributes upwards of 80% of ICC's annual revenue. Can the pressure of international sporting body be a justifiable reason? Can the pressure of international sporting body be a justifiable reason? The BCCI has made a fortune by commodifying Indian nationalism through its sporting leagues and matches. But can commercial interests trump national interests? The position is clear. If terror and water cannot flow hand in hand, then why consider playing a sport as equals to begin with? The only question remains, will BCCI finally play for Team India?
And in answer to that question, the answer is BCCI will not play for Team India. BCCI will play for Team Pesa, Team Money. And if they play with Pakistan Samarpal Tour, you and I, the whole country knows during Operation Sindoor, we shouted as loud as we could at these Pakistanis. But now, they want to say that we have so much money that India, we don't give a damn for India. We don't give a damn for Indians and the sensitivity of Indians because we have the money. And we want to make more money. What problem do you have? Samarpal Tour, if we want to make more money. So what if 26 Indians were killed in Pahalgam for saying they were Hindu? So what if the blood is not dried but there's money to be made? So what if they hit 850 missiles at us, even though the missiles didn't hit the target? They say we have to make money, Samarpal Tour. And there's too much money that we want to make. And money is more important for the BCCI than the nation. So I say tonight, we take away the I from the BCCI. Let it be the BCCM, the Board of Control of Cricket for money. But it is not the BCCI. Samarpal Tour is opening the debate and the lines are open. And believe, ladies and gentlemen, that you can stop this if you come together. You teach these people who have the arrogance of money and the greed of money a lesson they won't forget. Samarpal Tour.
Cricket has been seen and worshipped like a religion or maybe more. And this is blasphemy. This is an insult to humanity. This is an insult to the martyrs of the 26 families. This is an insult to the sovereignty of India. This is an outrageous act which says, I don't care. And BCCI is morally dead today. No empathy, no sympathy, no compassion. What about the sons, daughters who saw their fathers being shot at such an early age? We failed as a country to protect them. And we have to venge and we have to hit back. Earlier it was the Hockey Association. Now it is the BCCI. Tomorrow it will be some other association. And if we let our guard down today, it's over for the sovereign and the free people of India, the innocent citizen of India who goes to Kashmir with the trust and faith of safety, security.
And what impact will this have on the army? Someone.
This is what you are giving in return. Is this your moral character? And let me just tell everyone, our families are watching us today with this debate. We have to keep our moral high and we cannot be dead in the eyes of our own kids and our family members.
To
those who are for
but they think, but Samar, but let me tell you, they think you are weak. They think they are rich. They think you are poor. They think nationalism doesn't mean anything. They think they are powerful. They think they have money. They think they have connections. And they think they have political support. They think they have political support.
What do you mean they think? They have.
Sohail said, what is the best course of action now?
I'll tell you. Jai Shah is the son of India's Home Minister. Who is he? The president of the ICC. Where was he before that? BCCI. You say there should be no politics in cricket. There's always been politics in cricket. Rajiv Shukla is not a theatre personality. He's a politician. Rajiv Shukla has survived more things than Holocaust, tsunami, everything. He will continue to survive. Let me tell you, Arnab, while I'm proud of the fact that you have run this campaign today, nothing will happen. And I'll tell you why. It is a
No, 1 minute. This nothing will happen approach, first of all, is a defeatist argument. If nothing happens, the voice of the people will be raised. If nothing happens, people will boycott it. If nothing happens, the sponsors will be under pressure. If nothing happens, the voice of the people matters. The voice of the people will not be crushed by money.
It will not matter.
No, I have enough of this. Oh, yeah, nothing will happen approach. Viewers, call the lines.
All the guys.
Nothing will happen.
Pakistan-India match tomorrow, mark my words, most Indians will be watching it because we are latently hypocritical. That's who we are. We are one, yara, rara, rara, when there's a crisis. When push comes to shove,
the lines, will you be watching an India-Pakistan match and supporting it?
I'm telling you, now I'll give you the solution. Number one.
Solution is take away the sponsorship, take away the telecast, take away the money that comes from the telecast, the match will not happen.
You start shaming
Take
all
away the revenue that comes from the match, it will not happen.
You start shaming all sponsors of BCCI. Remember, my friend, it's always the money trail. Once the money dries up to BCCI, they will sell their own souls if they have to, if they haven't already sold. Number two.
Okay, anyway, I'm asking the question. I'm asking the question to the sponsors also, right? Is this right? Is it morally right? Is sponsoring an India-Pakistan cricket match, is it morally right? I'm asking the sponsors. You want me to be more direct than this?
Let the Prime Minister and the Home Minister take action.
Yeah, let the Prime Minister... Okay, let me say next, the Prime Minister should do everything to stop it. With one phone call, the Prime Minister of India can stop it.
Let the Home Minister do it.
Yeah, the Home Minister can stop it, the Prime Minister can stop it, the Government of India can stop it, the political parties can stop it. One bit of pressure by the Prime Minister on the BCCI, they'll stop it. No, they have to stop it. I want the Government of India to take a position on it. I don't want the Government of India to tell me the BCCI is a private body.
How are they a charitable trust? How is BCCI a charitable trust?
How are they taking my country's name and playing with Pakistan? How are they taking my country's name and playing with Pakistan? I have no right as an Indian citizen to say anything. They will take the tricolor. They will desecrate the tricolor by soiling the tricolor by making us play with Pakistan.
Absolutely. Because they know that no one will give a damn in this country.
Yeah, at one point of time in this country, cricketers also were swimming together with Dawood Ibrahim in Sharjah, and there are certain journalists who even organize charity matches. Now, I won't speak more. My question here is this, please, Chandrasekhar Luthra, we are on a debate. Lokesh Jindal, Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, lines open, please. I would like my producers to open the lines. This is not my cricket board. If we play Pakistan, we dishonor the martyrs, the Shaheed of Pahalgam, and we are doing so knowingly. We are doing so deliberately. We are telling the martyrs and their families, go to hell. Hame paisa bana. No. It is the only and simple thing. Now, anybody can go and say, tell Rajnath Singh, tell Amit Shah, tell Prime Minister, tell Rajiv Shukla, tell everyone. But I am saying it will not change my position today. But my point is very clear. If we play Pakistan, then we are deliberately targeting the morale of the Indian armed forces.
Yes.
So, Arnab,
it's a choice we have. And if you're sponsoring it, you're doing the same thing.
Arnab, when was it that we had a bilateral series with Pakistan? Since 2013.
And what bilateral and non-bilateral? It's a playing with Pakistan.
I have not had any bilateral series with Pakistan. The BCCI has already severed all connections with the PCB. We must take note that. Now you want the BCCI to sever connections with the ICC also? There's a participating nations agreement.
Yeah, severe relations, yeah. You got an Indian as CEO of the ICC, yeah. He should also quit then. Rubbish.
Is legally obligated while sending teams for any event that has ICC.
I think the government, BCCI will not do it on its own. Put the number on the grid, take breaking news on the grid, put the number on the grid, open up the line. Faster. Take the hot calls live.
Every penny that is being collected has to be given to the family members of the Pahalgam.
No, what money? What are you saying? Money that is collected? Samar, what are you saying? The martyrs will not take one naya paisa out of what is earned by playing Pakistan. This is not blood money. This is not blood money, Samar.
That we hurt BCCI where it hurts them the most. If they go ahead with the series, if they do not listen to the people of India, then all the earnings of this series will go to the 26th.
They don't care. What are you saying? There is not a summer. You got confused, man. You just got to block it. You got to block it. All political parties are together. This is the shame. All of India's political parties, the great political federation called the BCCI, have come together to say, कुछ नहीं है, go to hell. हम पाकिस्तान से खेल के पैसा बनाएंगे. Indian nationalists can go to hell. This is what they are saying. Chandrasekhar Luthra is on the debate. Lines are open, calls are hot. Put the number, put the calls live. Come on.
Money go to the money.
You know that you have to call out the real anti-nationals. The real anti-nationals here are the Indian players, Indian support staff, who have allowed Wasim Akram to ring the bell in Manchester. You know, we are playing the game against England. We should have called it off, according to you. Second, you also have to understand that the people who are responsible or the anti-nationals are the Shah dynasty people or the Shah family who are controlling cricket. One of them is Home Minister of India, other one is ICC chief, the other one BCCI secretary is also handpicked man of Hemanta Biswal Sarma. Okay? So the point is, all those who are controlling this 50,000 crore company or more, not the 30,000 you were saying, they should be held responsible. They should be called out by their names that they are the anti-nationals. And last thing, Also, you also have to understand there is one umpire from Pakistan who is also, there in the match against India and England. So we should not be appealing to him. We should not be begging in front of him by asking him to give not out or not out, whatever, and because he's a Pakistani. So we, and the last,
Rakesh
what
Rao,
you said,
okay.
that we should drop that,
one minute.
letter of
Okay,
I.
viewers,
It
calls
should not
have begun
be
to
India.
come.
Listen to me.
Calls have
Arnab,
begun to
listen
come.
me,
One minute. Calls
we
have
should
begun to
drop
come. I'm
that
beginning to
letter
take calls.
because
I am
we
under
should
too much
also
pressure
drop
today, Mr. Luthra, to
Republic
take
from
calls.
your-
Right
from
now,
your
there are 25
channel.
calls
It should
waiting
be
on the line.
Rwanda
Neerav
TV,
Marma, first caller
not
from
the
Bengaluru.
Republic
Please keep
one.
it short. Neerav, quickly. Neerav.
You stop
Neerav.
shouting and listen.
Neerav.
Yeah.
Neerav, go on. Neerav,
Thank
what
you.
is it?
Yeah. Thank you, Arnab, for bringing this topic. It appears as if after the war, whether Kargil war or even Sindhur was Operation Sindhur was there, we are doing a joint exercise with Pakistan, like that only. It appears to be, because I don't know, the poorest of poorest man will have some pride for the country. And BCCI, you are telling 30,000, 50,000 crore money they are having. Still, they have no pride for the nation, and they are just going to play cricket. So, Arnab, I want you to put a hashtag, boycott Asia Cup if Pakistan is playing. Instead of
hashtag boycott Asia Cup. Hashtag not my cricket board. Hashtag boycott Asia Cup. Ravi Diwan from Mumbai. Ravi Diwan, please, quickly, please. Ravi.
Hello.
Yeah, Ravi.
I want to ask you one thing. We whole country cried when the thing happened in Pahalgam. Now I want to ask this cricketers and BCCI, if instead of this innocent Indians, if they all were cricketers, would they play with Pakistan still?
Ravi, they would still play. I'm telling you, you don't know the BCCI. They don't care about you. They just want more money.
Arnab, that is what I'm saying. That
they are completely shameless on this. Commodore Shanaf Saxena, Indian Navy.
Yeah, hi, good evening, Arnab, and good evening to the panelists.
Sir.
I am an ex-300 squadron veteran who bombed Chittagong during the Bangladesh liberation. I am ashamed when we actually blame the players, but they are actually not to be blamed. It is the BCCI that needs to be blamed.
Agreed, sir.
What local stand-eye does Rajiv Shukla have as a vice president of BCCI who was elected unopposed? Can you have a sweeper as editor of a news channel? You have to have some experience. They are all sellouts and they will continue to do so. Today, yesterday it was Operation Sindoor. Tomorrow it will be Operation Mangalsutra. Then it will be Operation Bangles. Pakistan is not going to stop. Those who say they want to have tops, please put them in boris and drop them in Pakistan. We will have these debates year on year, but nothing will happen because they want to fill their coffers of money.
Yeah, they'll go there. In fact, Saurav Ganguly is chair of the Men's Cricket Committee at the ICC. Arun Singh Dhumal is a member of the ICC Executives Committee. Sanjog Gupta is the CEO of the ICC. The BCCI is the cash cow for the ICC. We are at war with Pakistan, and the BCCI says that we need to collect money. And now we have Rakesh Rao, former sports editor of the Hindu. Rakesh Rao, can this be stopped now? Can this be stopped? How critical is it?
Arnab, this is very serious, number one. Number two, I think, first of all, congratulations on picking up a subject and the pitch that you have maintained, because this has to be heard. This country is, we have very, our memories are seriously short. We don't listen, we don't see, we are actually blind sometimes. And today is one such day when I woke up and I read the papers, I read the reactions of certain individuals. I was appalled. I was ashamed to be an Indian, for the simple reason that I, for one, have always maintained that sports across the spectrum, not just cricket, India should not have anything to do with Pakistan when it comes to sports or any other field. Say no to Pakistan, don't play anything. Cricket is not something special. And this one, coming days after, or rather months after what we saw in Pahalgam, what we are talking about is Operation Sindoor, it's completely ridiculous. I mean, the whole idea of India even giving its consent or showing its connivance to what has happened. It is, I mean, it has to be not just condemned, it has to be stopped.
Yeah, but
Rakesh,
Rakesh, you are congratulating me for raising it at the pitch that I have, because I always have, I don't give a damn. But have you noticed one thing, that the rest of the media has pin drop silence about it?
Yeah.
Because, they've got their corporate interests and all that, they've got their connections.
And you also raised the controversy.
Exactly.
Rakesh.
I know how silent. Did you say how the media can be silenced and media chooses to be silent? That's the most ridiculous part of it. When you have to raise your voice, when you have to be one, when you have to be seen as Indian, it is not just you are an Indian. Sometimes you have to not only be, like you have the intention, but you have to be also seen as doing as one. Here, you are absolutely right. The media is not playing its part on a day like this. And it only shows that, we don't care either. That is what gives BCCI this strength, this courage, this audacity to go ahead and say that, look, we can consider playing Pakistan in days to come. And just in less than 2 months' time, it can become a reality. So it has to be stopped. And I still feel that there is hope, because the bigwigs haven't spoken as yet. We are still going by sources saying this and that. Rajiv Shukla, with his silence, is trying to convey something, but at the same time, I'm still hopeful that this can be stopped.
No, can they be stopped? I mean, what are you hearing? Can it be stopped?
I wanted to just say one thing, Arnab.
File a PIL.
Can it be stopped?
The BCCI. File a PIL against the BCCI on 3 grounds. Number 1, after Sindhu, we broke all ties against Pakistan. Number 2, 1 minute, Mr. Luthra. Number 2, we made it a point that Operation Sindoor is an ongoing exercise. It isn't over. There's no cessation. Number 3, we cannot, Mr. Luthra, will you just keep quiet for a minute? I'm speaking. Number 3, have clarity in terms of the office bearers. Remember, the last time BCCI got rapped on the knuckles, Arnab, it was only after the Supreme Court's intervention, when they created a tenure for the office bearers. Do not expect the politicians to do anything. They're all in it together. You know how BCCI works? They give state cricket associations money. So even the state politicians, irrespective of which political party they belong